Well, for me, working together, I mean, I haven't done this for a very long time. So I felt I was a bit intimidated because the two of you are professional performers and you've been doing this for a long time, and I felt like I have to work very hard so that I don't pull the process back because I'm needing to catch up with everything. But the minute we started working, and I think starting with improvisations for me, gave me a lot of permission to discover my own movement language and then be able to share it without judging whether it's good enough or not good enough and so on and so forth. And so I found also that the way the two of you worked was really, really nice because I think we're able to give each other space. Yeah.
For me, what actually worked well within the three of us was the fact that actually at the point of improvisations, even at the point of when we were putting information on the body maps, we didn't want to close up because once we would have closed up, then the process would have not gone anywhere.
Right.
Actually, the bottom line is the fact that we were able immediately to get to trust one another.
Yes.
And what has inspired more is that even when we trusted one another in the beginning, we've come to this level of having performed the whole thing, and no one has disappointed anyone's trust.
Yeah.
We have kept the
That's
trust.
true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
And to add to that, from the beginning, you know, when I was thinking, I was with Mary last year. So I said, Mary, I know her. Then thinking of Dr. Makati. I said, how? Am I going to make it? I was thinking twice. But when we got in the process, I've never seen Makati just was free, giving us space, and she has no complications. I'm sure she's the one who made me more free. I was more like
Fluid like water.
Yeah, fluid like water.
Yeah, I said fluid. Because the one I was thinking maybe will be
Closed up.
Or maybe, no, I thought maybe it's a barrier or what.
Yes,
but it's the one who opened the door. Free, she gave me space and I was very free. I was very free, I was working.
But I mean, I think for me, what was significant is that we each gave, I mean, thank you for that, but I think the thing that happened is that when you become honest and I become honest and you become honest, we give each other permission to be even more honest. So that even when we're working on the body maps, and I put something there that is deep inside of me, that's very personal about myself, that when I put it down, already I know that I can trust this process and I can trust the two of you. And I think that in that way, then I opened up the door for myself. And I think if you put down information on the body map and in the improv as well, that you open that door for yourself. And similarly, so I think that that's what we did for each other. Yeah, I think we did that for each other and for ourselves to really make this a significant process. What was also interesting, sorry, you wanted to say something? No. I was going to say that what was also very interesting for me is that when we, in the improvisations, I found that, like for example, there was one particular improv where I was having difficulty. It was like the improv around the forest. And we had to go into the forest and just see what happens in the forest. And it was hard for me. It was extremely, extremely hard. And I kept encountering barriers I wanted to go in, and there was a barrier, and I would fall on the floor, and I wouldn't be able to hear you. And then at one point, I heard you singing that song. And my barrier is because this was about the loss of our mothers, and I just lost my mother recently, and I think that because it was so raw for me, going into the forest could easily have been about me going into meeting the pain of losing my mother, and I couldn't, and then at one point I heard at the back of my ear, I heard you singing that, and it just pulled me and pulled me and pulled me
without even knowing.
Without knowing, my eyes were closed.
The meaning of the song.
So tell us quickly what the meaning is.
Come on,
quickly, tell us.
The song actually means, Ramandausa means, Mom, I'm so sad. I'm so sad that you've gone away. You've left me. You've gone where everyone goes. And this is a place where people don't meet each other. This is a place where people don't even come back when they
Yeah. You see.
So it was more consoling actually.
It was. I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
It was almost as if by admitting that the song was pulling me to be able to admit that yes, you are gone. Because the thing that happened is I moved and I was pulled by this because we're doing the improv, so obviously with our eyes closed. And when I got to the song, I was just moved to, and my mother having been a traditional healer, I've grown up with this clap when you greet my clothes. And I got to the song and I was kneeling and and it was like, okay, acknowledgement. Yes, you have gone. And after doing that, I could go and enter the forest. And it was okay to. It was like, okay, first of all, you have to admit what you have to admit. Then you can enter the forest. And but the other thing for me is that those bits and pieces of the improvs are now part of the performance, which is such a beautiful thing that each of us could bring something, and it ended up in the whole piece.
And also something I observed in our cooperation, in our joint, is that there is love. There is love. Because when we were doing this, we were helping each other, very gently and with love.
Oh, absolutely.
And no one was maybe, now Kise is doing this and every time. No, but trying your best. Now Kise, sit again. Try again. Just gently do this. Politely and love.
No, that's true.
So this also was motivating us, driving us to work happiness and joy.
No, I agree with that. I mean, I felt that throughout the piece. And I think the other thing that helped me was the laughter, because we laughed a lot together. Teased each other a lot, and we're still laughing about many things. And about painful things as well. We can tease that pain. I mean, it feels good that we can tease each other, we can laugh at each other, we can laugh at ourselves.
Yes, very
it feels like something important has happened.
I think it also helped a lot in the sense that even when we were not in the space of work, we were able to reflect on things that we had done during the day. And it was very easy for us to okay, this is what transpired today. When we go back tomorrow, why don't we start from this and that? Then why don't we correct this and that? I feel that really brought us much together also. Because if we were